Yes guys, it's nearly last and welcome. In this video what we're going to be doing is another class setup video, and this time guys we're going to be focusing around the Razorback. Now as we know with the Razorback it absolutely excels in those medium to long ranges compared to some of the other SMGs, but it does lack in the damage department. This is why we're going to be basing this whole class setup around trying to use that medium to long range to our advantage, but also trying to be able to down these enemies a lot quicker. As you can see, we're going to be playing on the game mode domination, and for me on this particular map as well, as Hunted, this is one of the largest maps in the actual game at the moment, and for me it does still work exceptionally well. So this is a pretty good way of actually showing you guys how this class setup actually works. So first of all, let's have a look at the attachments. Now we're going to be going with quick draw. This is obviously trying to get this weapon up as fast as we possibly can if we get caught out into closer quarters. I do understand that the actual quick draw has been nerfed for the SMG, so now the ADS time is pretty much the same as the assault rifles, but that in general we still want to be trying to get this weapon up as quickly as possible. Because of the lack of damage, we want to be making sure that we're getting that weapon up, putting as many bullets into that particular target straight away, and give us the best chance of actually downing our enemy. Then we're going to be moving on to stock. Now another thing with this particular gun, like I say, because of the damage, is we want to be strafing in and out of gunfire, especially on your larger maps like this. We want to be strafing in and out. If you're coming up across anything like, say, like a KM44 or HVK30 at those medium to long ranges, and you're engaged in a gunfight, you want to be able to strafe whilst you're in ADS in and out of gunfire a lot easier, because the thing is, if they're going to be putting all those shots on you, they're going to be putting you down straight away. So the fact that we can then be able to strafe and have a higher mobility than the assault rifles, we can strafe in and out of gunfire, it's going to give us a better chance then of actually downing that particular enemy. Now moving on to the next attachment, and that has got to be rapid fire. Now this gun kind of reminds me in a certain sense like the ICR one for the assault rifle class. I mean, because of the actual damage, for me, the rapid fire is pretty much essential. Because the damage, we want to be making sure that we're getting as many bullets into the particular target as possible, and that way we're going to be downing the enemies a lot easier. So for me personally, rapid fire is a bit of a must, and then to complement that, we're going to be sticking on extended mags. Now, you can go the other way with fast mags or something like that, I suppose, in a particular way. But with extended mags, especially when you're playing things like domination, if 2-3 people are trying to capture the flag all at once, this is going to give us a better chance of putting all those particular enemies down without having to have to worry about reloading at any given time. So for me, it's pretty much essential with rapid fire on this gun that we are going to be running with extended mags. As you can see, that is the last attachment, but what I would say is that you do not need grip on this particular gun. I mean, I notice a lot of people trying to stick it in their class setups and that, but the recoil really is not that bad on this gun. So for me personally, these other attachments are going to benefit this weapon a lot more than trying to worry about trying to stick grip or long barrel or anything else like that on in particular. Now let's move on to the actual perks. Now in this particular gameplay, I am running with flak jacket because I'm going to be getting aggressive, trying to get up into the enemy spawn, trying to get onto these particular flags and whatnot else. Grenades come flying in. Obviously, flak jacket's going to be helping out if we do get caught out with that. But obviously, depending on what type of game mode or how your game style might actually be, you can swap that out maybe for something like Ghost, or maybe even then Overclock if you so wish. Then moving on to the second one is to complement the quick draw once again, and that's going to be fast hands. Now, if you're going to go on a bit of a run, which I would say, because you've got extended mags and rapid fire, you can be sticking on scavenger if you feel quite comfortable running that way instead. But then we're going to be moving on to perk 3, and that is dead silence. Now, for me personally, like I said in previous videos, just a personal preference. If you're playing objective-based game modes, you can swap it out for something like tac mask. Obviously, then you've got concussion grenades and what else come flying in. That way, that you're going to benefit from that. Or maybe if you like boosting and sliding around, blast suppressor might be the better way to go for yourself. But for me personally, I absolutely love dead silence. Not being able to hear my footsteps. That way, I can pretty much 9 times out of 10 work out where roughly everybody's going to be coming from. But coming up on your screen now, guys, is the actual class setup. So make sure you're pausing it. Go and stick this in your creator class. This, for me personally, is one of the better ways to actually run with the Razorback in Black Ops 3. I do find this highly successful when I'm actually using it myself. So make sure you go and try it out. Let me know, guys, how you get on. Like I say, you can change out the perks, but for the attachments, I would highly suggest just sticking with this and going with this, because you really do not need long barrel or anything else like this on this particular weapon whatsoever. But now, coming up on my screen is my subscribe button. Make sure you're jumping on that, guys. For me, got loads more things going on my channel with series and everything else like that. And guys, if you smash that like button for me, guys, and support me, it'd be even better. This is nearly last, and I'll catch you later.